Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm 26. I'm from Highland, New York, and I like going fast. That's my Harley. I got a 700 horsepower Cummins turbo diesel outside. I have a 2017 Prius Prime, and I keep forgetting that I have a boat. I've had a bunch of jobs. I lost count at about 30. I worked for a newspaper, I've been a bartender, and I have my own contracting business. I do decks. If you need a pergola or a bathroom remodel, I'm your guy. I decided to move back home. My mom was diagnosed with cancer. Honestly, I put her through a lot growing up. I owe this to her to step up to the plate and take care of things while she's down. I want to be a serial entrepreneur with multiple successful business ventures. The only thing stopping me from doing all these things is I'm broke.
Going from broke empowers young people drowning in debt.
I can't do this.
To become the CEOs of their own lives. I'm Dan Rosenzweig, CEO of Chegg. My co-host, Tanya Rapley, and I are here to help people find their way out of suffocating debt.
This is the year.
What you're about to see are real-time, unfiltered conversations airing the same week in which we shot them. This is Going from Broke in real time.
Hi, Dan, Tanya, nice to meet you. It's an absolute pleasure.
Nice to meet you too, Ryan.
You look very well groomed for this versus the picture we originally got.
Thank you very much. I got a bit of a haircut, not all the way, but I'm working my way into summer.
Tell us about Ryan. Who is Ryan, and why did you make this phone call?
Absolutely. First, I would like to preface with, while you probably see no sense in this, but I have something called the Ryan method, where instead of getting a 5-year note on a vehicle, I'll get a 7 at a higher interest rate, but a lower payment because I know with the amortization schedule, I plan to pay it off earlier anyway, but that allows me to have more spendable dollars each month to put where the time value of money indicates it's necessitative at that point in time. Ultimately
okay, but you're not
like
doing that, Ryan. And Ryan?
I would say that's that's what most people plan to do, but that's not happening.
We're going to come back to the Ryan method, because let me tell you where the Ryan method got you. The Ryan method got you calling the Tanya and Dan method. That's where the Ryan method got you. Borrowing money at high interest, where the value of what you bought continues to decline, the expense of what you're paying continues to go up, and the return on it only gets worse every day, is not a sustainable method.
Ryan makes around $6,700 a month as a handyman, but his living and work expenses are close to $8,500 a month, leaving him about $1,750 in the hole. With student loans and $81,000 in car loans, Ryan's total debt is $135,000.
You're fortunate in that you only have $41,000 in college loans. That one's not optional. You're going to have to pay those off. But your car loans, we can sell the cars and stop paying.
One of those changes that we need you to make is your Prius. You actually need to drive it more. What was your thought process buying a car that could cut down on gas and then buying a gas guzzler and driving the gas guzzler more than the car that is actually saving you money?
Appearance value. I believe that at least on the initial estimate walkthrough for a particular job, I am not going to be taken seriously if I pull up in a Prius. But if I pull up in a truck, then it looks the part. I've never tried actually going there in a Prius, but I close a lot. I've had so many sales jobs. I've had about 40 plus jobs in my life, but I'm the sales guy. That's what I do. I'm walking charisma, and
exactly.
The truck closes deals. The Prius, I'm willing to try it, but I'm not confident that it will deliver fungible results.
Then let's try it. Let's close a deal in the Prius. And honestly, let's not stop until we close the deal on the Prius, because I highly doubt that someone's going to say, no, I'm not going to hire him. he drives a Prius. No, they're going to ask, do you know how to do the job? Do you have the skill sets necessary? Will you do it in a timely manner? Are you within their budget? And they care about that. They don't care about what kind of car you drive. You care about what kind of car you drive.
But that's one bucket. The second bucket is we're going to sell everything you don't need to either eat, shelter, or make money on in terms of working day to day. And we're going to get rid of the 3 vehicles that you bought brand new that we don't need that are bankrupting you.
Were you talking about the bike, the motorcycle, the Harley?
How much does it cost you a year to own it?
Including insurance, about $3,200 to $3,300.
Get it out the door tomorrow for whatever you can sell it for, because if you paid $10 and you're paying $3,200 a year and you pay it for $7, you still make out like a bandit the next 5 years. You just made $15,000 that you're not paying out for a bike you don't need. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You keep looking at it as if the initial investment is what you need to get your return on. It's the actual costs that are killing you. I've never seen a situation in all the years I've been doing this, and this meaning running a company in the college market, seen somebody with more car debt than college debt. And I've been doing that for almost 12 years. That's all choices. Yikes. You are a unique swan, my friend.
No, I totally see what you're saying. And I felt that. I literally felt that response. And just contextually applying that to my life, I've definitely been living lavish. I've been living beyond my means.
We're going to go through every asset that is in your possession, and we are going to determine, is it making you money or losing you money?
I have all of these expensive things, and I am struggling to pay for all of it, and none of it is getting me to what I want to be doing. And, you know, that's not going to lead me to where I want to be at all in terms of being the entrepreneur that I want to be, not being the entrepreneur that I currently am, but working on that solvable
I don't even want
impact.
to, sorry to interrupt you, but I need you to tangibly, that's theoretically, tangibly and action-wise, what are you doing to fix this situation? What are we asking you to do to fix your situation?
Yeah, so I need to go through everything I own, which is a ton of stuff, by the way, and literally like put a price tag on all of it, like go through a yard sale on my life and take it full stock in inventory and assess values and work on getting rid of it, which is, again, something that I really have been meaning to do, but I don't have time. I don't have time for anything.
One thing you can't tell me, I'm a mom of a toddler. I have 2 businesses, an e-commerce business and a service-based business. I'm shooting a television show. I'm doing news interviews. So you're not going to tell me that you don't have the time to sell this stuff. It's a matter of time management, too. So we also need to budget your time, and I'm seeing that as an issue as well, is that we're spending a lot of money and we're also not properly utilizing our time.
What I care about is you. What I care about is a very smart, talented young man who's gotten himself out over his skis. And when I listen to you, you are walking charisma. The thing is, I've been trained my whole life to sell. And so salespeople can either buy into a sales story or we can call bull you-know-what faster than anybody. And what I hear is a guy that's trying to talk himself into having made good choices, and the math doesn't add up. Hope is not a strategy.
But Ryan, you're listening to us, right? Like, are you listening to us? Are you digesting what we're saying? And are you willing to do the work? Because there's a lot of work and there's also a lot of decisions to make that aren't going to feel good in the short term, which we have a demonstrated process for you doing that, and your track record has demonstrated that. But are you willing to actually do the work?
That's why we're here. You cannot talk your way out or sweet talk your way out or charm your way out of this financial situation. The only thing you can do is dig your way out.